What's up, YouTube? I got something interesting to talk about this video. Um, and I just want to say that I've pretty much talked about this theory before. I have pretty much already described it, but I described it in very loose terms, and it was a long time ago on this channel that I did. It was overshadowed by other talking points within the video that it was a part of, and yeah, I just think that basically I just have to redo it because it was overshadowed by the other talking points. So basically, I'm going to try to keep this short. There is basically something that has occurred to me as being rather alarming, which is the fact that, and you know, if you watch my videos, you'll know that I've been aware of this for years and been talking about this for a long time. Which is that there is so much bias written within the Bible, and especially taken out upon a certain character in the Bible. And I would say there's one group of people, more so than any other, that exercise and practice this bias more than anybody else. It's got to be Christians, which is the devil, who, ironically, by Christians, more so than anybody else, is considered to be the most evil, sinful force of nature that could ever exist anywhere at any time within the Bible story. In other words, Christians will basically try to say, no matter what the Bible could ever say, no matter what people say, the Bible says that in all the scenarios that the devil was ever in, according to the Bible lore, no matter where he was at or when, he was the most sinful force of nature wherever he was at. Anything else in the environment he was in was not as sinful as a force of nature as he was. However, I have one single way to debunk that in a way that I don't think any Christian will necessarily be able to ever deny ever again. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, I do have a backup plan. But like I said, I'm going to try to keep this short, so I'm just going to explain what it is. And so basically what it is just simply the fact that, well, if it was really true that the devil was the most sinful force of nature that could ever exist anywhere, and in other words, if that was really true, it would have to be true that no matter what you put in the room or in the area with the devil, no matter what you could put there that is physical, the devil would be still far more sinful than whatever you could put there. Well, if that was really true, how do you explain the fact that the Bible says that whatever is most destructive as a force of nature, whatever is most destructive upon what is sacred, whatever is most physically destructive upon what is physically sacred, is the most sinful force of nature? Well, the problem with that is that whatever is most physically destructive of what is most physically sacred and holy is not the devil, because according to the Bible, the most physically destructive thing upon what is most physically sacred would actually be Nothing other than the simple scientific phenomena we know to be fire molecules. It doesn't have to be the fires of hell in the Bible. It just has to be any ordinary fire molecules in the world, the fallen world of Earth, according to the Bible lore. Since, according to the Bible, the Earth is a fallen world where everything that happens in it is, well, not everything, but many things that happen within it are sinful. And depending on how you interpret some verses, everything is sinful. But either way, fire molecules are actually scientifically proven to be far more physically destructive upon that which is considered to be physically holy and sacred according to the Bible. Because, well, if you put the devil near physically holy and sacred artifacts or objects, every scenario we've been ever having a description of in the Bible, what does Satan or the devil do when he's near those objects? He doesn't destroy them. But if you put fire near those objects, what is it going to do? It's going to destroy them. So, it's pretty obvious that, fire molecules are far more sinful in their nature and have a much higher potency and potential, you could say, for sinning than the devil. Well, the Bible explicitly says this isn't the case. It explicitly says that whatever has the highest potency or the highest potential for sin is the most sinful thing, physical thing that exists. The devil is a physical thing, but he doesn't have that highest potency, as I just pointed out, just with one simple fact, one simple example that Christians have to admit is true. Also, there's another way to prove this, which is the simple fact that, well, the Bible says another thing on this matter, which is that the more sinful something is, the more it would cause the sins talked of in the Bible, the more it would cause that to happen through humans. Well, it's funny because, well, if you think about it, if you put the devil near a bunch of people, and this has happened in the Bible before, in Bible passages, how many times does the devil cause people to, when he's around them, how many times does he cause them to lie or envy their neighbor's wife, or envy their neighbors, or want to steal stuff, or murder, or even murder? How many times does the devil's influence have that effect on people when he's near them? Now, we can take one example of this is in the Garden of Eden. With Adam and Eve, did they actually want to do that stuff more near the devil? And in Eden, they did not really feel compelled to do those things near the devil. Yet, ironically, if we put some fire in Eden, and it's ravaging Eden, I think they, to Adam and Eve, would be far more compelled to steal, envy, and want to murder, and the other sins, if some fire molecules were ravaging Eden, compared to if the devil was there, who just so happened to be there and didn't even cause as much destruction as fire molecules could if they were there, spreading. So it's pretty obvious that, the most sinful force of nature by physics is the most destructive. Is it any coincidence that, with this being a scientifically proven and accepted fact by the Christian community, that the devil doesn't stack up when the odds are against him as a sinner. He can't seem to be this ultimate tool of destruction, as the Bible says, even though it says he is, compared to fire molecules that are spreading and ravaging a land or an object or a set of objects. It's almost as if, maybe, just maybe, the authors of the Bible really did have brain illnesses and brain problems, and that's the causes of their mental issues, and they really did have mental illness, like I've been saying for years straight now. Well, I've run out of time here, but I think I've made my point perfectly clear. Thanks for watching. Bye.